All right, everyone, got some exciting stuff to talk about. So, put up a survey maybe last week or so about if you guys would like to try something a little different with the programming leading up into the 2021 Open. So, just real quick, for those of you guys who don't know, the Open is a 5-week test where each week CrossFit releases one workout. It's released on Thursday, and you have until Monday of the following week to be able to do it. Submit your score, and you have to do it with a judge, all that kind of stuff, so on and so forth. So what I've decided to do is I've decided to move ahead with this idea of trying to put everything kind of in this template format, right? So all that means is that basically what we're doing is each day of the week, we're having certain priorities that we're trying to target, right, for that day, and then the next day fills in line with that, right? And we just kind of try to build off of those days for the entirety of the 12 weeks. So this is a little different. I've actually never tried to do this with the gym before, but it's going to be so cool to see because if it works, it's going to be something that we know we can take on with us and continue to do, throughout the future, maybe each year as the Open leads up or so on and so forth. So what I want to do today is I want to go over with you guys and kind of pull back the curtain on all this so you can see and know what to expect for the next 12 weeks or so of programming. So here's what it's going to look like. We're going to start, on Monday, all right? With Monday being interval volume progressions really for the first 6 weeks, and then kind of backing it back off to an intensity progression for the final 6 weeks. So basically what that is we're going to be doing intervals every Monday with in the neighborhood of a 2-to-1 work to rest ratio, right? So like this coming Monday, we've got every 3 minutes on the minute for 10 sets, 200-meter run, 6 shoulder to overhead, 185, 125, 10 chest to bar pull-ups. But there's a 2-minute cap on each round, right? Which means you can only work for 2 minutes, and then you have to rest for at least 1 minute before we begin the next interval. And what you're going to see, that's a total of 20 minutes of work, right? And so over the next 6 weeks, we're going to kind of gradually progress, building up to about 30 minutes of total work time on that day. And then following that, we're going to back it off and actually we're going to go in reverse, right? So now we're going to be doing an intensity progression where we're limiting the amount of work actually that we're doing or the work time that we have, and we're also going to be increasing the intensity by decreasing the rest intervals throughout each. And that's what that's going to look like. That may be couplets one day, it may be triplets, maybe chippers, maybe, I don't know, that can just vary how it's set up, but that's what we're going to be doing on Mondays, okay? So real high engine work there on that day. Then on Tuesday, Tuesday is actually going to be focused strength work for a little while on your back squat. So we're going to do a 4-week back squat bump, which is what I call it, then kind of followed up with a muscular endurance conditioning piece at the end. So we're going to be taking and trying to improve our 3RM back squat, over 4 weeks, all right? I didn't want to do a 1RM. I just don't think that has nearly as much transfer and carryover into the kind of things we're going to see at the Open as something like a 3RM or a 5RM. So we're going to do 4 weeks of some squat percentage work, right? And then finish it out with something that's going to look like kind of what we have coming up next Tuesday with some dumbbell front squats and air squats, right? Just going to be a nice, good burn. And then we're going to do 2 weeks of really trying to max, right? So we may have a 1-week deload where we do some speed work, and then the next week we max out. And then we'll have a 6-week muscular endurance progression with battery conditioning. And so all that looks like, that's going to be like heavy front squats mixed with running, or heavy front squats or back squats or overhead squats mixed with pull-ups, right? Something like that, but getting you comfortable with moving higher percentages of your 1RM for more reps, all right, with other kind of things thrown in there. So that's going to be on Tuesday. So if you want to get better at your back squat or your just strength overall in your squat, Tuesday is going to be the day for you. Then we've got Wednesday. So Wednesday is really going to be just primarily focused for triplets, right? And triplets in the format of a monostructural gymnastic and a weightlifting movement. So like the first week, we're going to do an EMOM. Second week, a 4-time or with rounds, and then AMRAP. We got 1 week of work to rest and 1 week of a chipper. That's just going to kind of repeat that for 6 weeks, but just getting you used to moving with a monostructural element into a gymnastic, into a weightlifting, right? Or some variation thereof. So this Wednesday, we have a 20-minute EMOM, 8 unbroken hang power snatches, 16 lateral over the bar burpees, and then 2 minutes to a 500, 400-meter row, right? So 20 minutes pretty much of constant work there, as opposed to where on Monday we were doing interval style, right? And then we have Thursday. Okay, so Thursday is going to be kind of similar to Tuesdays, but same, but different. So we're going to be focusing on clean and jerk and snatch on Thursdays. We're going to be 6 weeks alternating between clean and snatch. So we're going to start with clean this week, and then the next week we'll go to snatch. And we're just going to do some Olympic lifting percentage progressions, and then follow that up with some type of like skill work based conditioning or good accessory lifts that we need on our Olympic lifts. And then we have 6 weeks of just lifting under fatigue at 80% plus following into that, right? So that's going to look like something like, hey, we have a 12-minute AMRAP, double unders and burpees, and then we're going to go into 5 minutes to find a 1 rep max clean, right? Power clean or squat clean or whatever it may be, but something along those lines. So that's kind of what you can expect on Thursday. Then on Fridays are going to be throwdown days, okay? So for Fridays, we're going to be doing either an old open workout, or since sometimes that doesn't always line up perfectly and it's hard to kind of plug and play with those open workouts sometimes, I may come up with a workout that I call like a throwdown workout, where it's going to mimic the kind of style and intensity of what typical open workouts look like. Okay, so if you've done the open before, this would be a great day to see if your times this go around from some old open workouts are better than when you originally did them. And then we have Saturday. Saturday is just what I call maintenance, right? So we're just going to be doing touches on whatever it is that we missed throughout the week. So if we look back throughout the week and we have a week go by where maybe, hey, we didn't really get on the pull-up bar much, so we need to make sure we're doing some toes to bar pull-ups, bar muscle-ups, things like that, then we're going to do those on that day. So yeah, Saturdays are just going to be good maintenance work for whatever we missed throughout the week, and it'll vary just format and stuff. And then we have Sunday, Sunday sweat moving forward is going to be a 6-week just aerobic volume build, right? Or basically we're just trying to build up volume of getting you used and comfortable to have constant movement for 20 to 30 minutes, okay? So looking like workouts typical of this that you would see would be something like, 5 rounds for time of an 800-meter run and 5 rounds of Cindy, right, after each round. That kind of stuff where there's not really any stopping for muscular fatigue. It's more for just your aerobic capacity and your pace and how much you can push. And then we'll back that off for 6 weeks of an aerobic power progression, okay, which is basically where, kind of like similar to Monday, now we're just going to back the time off a little bit and try to increase your rate of work that you're doing, all right? So that's what the next 12 weeks or so are going to look like, give or take, depending upon when the open is set for to start. And, man, I'm excited. So I hope you guys are too. If y'all have any questions at all, please just make sure you reach out to me, ask me. I'll be happy to answer them. All right, y'all. Have a great one. Bye.